Hey everyone, George Nolan here, Chief Disruptor at Refine to Inspire. At Refine to Inspire, our mission is to help individuals like you make meaningful and lasting changes in your lives as you re-enter both the community and the workforce. We understand the transition can be challenging, but with the right support and the right mindset, you actually have the opportunity to thrive. Through our powerful partnership with Persevere, we've had the privilege of working alongside talented software developers who are preparing for this fresh start. You've already proven your technical abilities by learning how to code, but today we're focusing on something equally important: how to navigate interpersonal challenges that are bound to come up in any work environment. Our partnership with Persevere, it's not just about teaching technical skills. It's about empowering you with a full range of tools that are going to be needed in order to succeed, including communication, teamwork, and conflict resolution. These soft skills are crucial because no matter how proficient you are at writing code, you're still going to need to work with people. People have different perspectives, different opinions. They also have different ideas. And when those differences arise, knowing how to handle that conflict in a healthy, productive way, that's going to make all the difference in how far you can go in your career and in your personal life. So let's be real. Conflict, it's inevitable. Whether it's in your personal relationships or if it's in your career, you're gonna face disagreements and misunderstandings. But here's the key. Conflict doesn't have to be a bad thing. In fact, when handled correctly, it can be an incredible opportunity for growth, deeper understanding, even resulting in stronger relationships. Healthy conflict resolution, this allows you to transform a potentially negative situation into one where both parties walk away feeling heard, respected, and valued. And that's the environment that we're going to want to create. Whether you're working with a small team of developers or collaborating across departments in, say, a large organization. Think about it this way. When you write code, you're constantly running into problems, right? Bugs pop up, there may be unexpected issues. Things don't always go as planned. But you just throw your hands up and quit? No. You troubleshoot, you debug, you find a solution. That's the same mindset you need to bring to interpersonal conflicts. Instead of seeing it as a roadblock, see it as an opportunity to problem solve and to strengthen the relationships that are around you. Now, as someone stepping back into the workforce, especially in a field that's going to be as collaborative as software development, how you handle conflict, that's going to determine the quality of the relationships you build with coworkers and also with clients. It will also set the tone for your own career progression. People who can effectively manage conflict, these people are often seen as leaders, because leadership's not about having all the answers. It's about having the ability to guide people through challenges and allow them to come out stronger on the other side. Remember, conflict resolution, it's not about avoiding conflict altogether. That's impossible. It's about navigating it with grace, with empathy, and a focus on finding solutions. That's what we're going to dive into today. I'm going to share with you 3 very powerful techniques that are going to assist you when you approach and manage conflict, and assist you in a healthy and productive way to get these resolved. This is going to happen both in your career and in your personal life. Now, the first and perhaps the most important technique for healthy conflict resolution, that's going to be active listening. Now, you might be thinking, I already know how to listen. But active listening goes beyond just hearing words. It's about truly understanding the other person's perspective, their emotions, even their needs. It's going to require you to be fully present in a conversation, to listen without interrupting, and to resist the temptation to immediately formulate a response. This kind of listening demonstrates both respect and empathy, and it creates a real space where actual dialogue can happen. Now, when conflicts arise, it's natural for emotions to flare up. You might feel defensive, or you might be eager to prove your point. But here's what happens when you engage in active listening. You shift the focus from me versus you to us versus that problem. By listening carefully, you're showing that other person hey, your perspective matters. And it also shows them that you're willing to work together in order to find a solution. Now, let me give you an example. Imagine you're in a meeting with your development team and say there's a disagreement about how to implement a particular feature. One person may think the best approach that's to focus on user interface design, while another team member may feel that security should be the top priority. Instead of just jumping in with your opinion right away, take a moment to ask some clarifying questions. Maybe there's something you're not seeing. You might say, can you explain why you feel the user interface is the most important aspect right now? Or even, hey, can you help me understand your concerns about security at this stage of the project? By doing this, you're not only gathering valuable information that could definitely inform your decision making, but you're also lowering the emotional temperature in the room. This happens because the other person now feels heard. Feeling heard is going to make them more likely to be open to hearing your perspective in return. Now, active listening, it's not just about agreeing with everything the other person says. It's about acknowledging and respecting their point of view and creating that solid foundation in order to be able to have a productive conversation. Now, here's the great part. Active listening often leads to more innovative solutions. When a person takes the time to fully understand the other person's perspective, you might discover an approach that you hadn't thought of before, one that incorporates both your ideas and theirs in a way that benefits the project and the team as a whole. Now, the second technique I want to share with you, this is the importance of keeping the focus on the issue, not the person. One of the most common reasons conflicts escalate is that people start attacking each other instead of addressing the actual problem at hand. Now, when emotions are running high, it's easy to slip into blame mode, trying to find fault. But when you allow conflict to become personal, it stops about finding a solution and starts being about winning the argument. And that's not going to be productive for anyone who's involved in that situation. So how do you keep the focus on the issue? First, be mindful of your language. When discussing a conflict, avoid using you statements like you're wrong or you always do this. Instead, use I statements to express how you feel or what you've observed. For example, instead of saying, you're not pulling your weight on this project, you might say, hey, I've noticed that we've been missing some deadlines, and I'd like to talk about how we can work together to stay on track. Notice the difference? In the second example, you're focusing on the behavior rather than the outcome. You're not attacking the person's character. This approach, this is going to help to de-escalate tension, and it keeps the conversation more solution-oriented. It also allows the other person to respond without feeling like they're being personally attacked. This is going to lead to a more productive and also a more respectful dialogue. Now let's take it back to the example of a team disagreement about feature priorities. If person A feels strongly about security and person B feels strongly about design, it's important to keep the discussion focused on the technical aspects of the issue, rather than just letting it spiral into personal criticism. Statements like you're being too stubborn about this, they're only going to make the other person defensive. Instead, you could say something like, hey, I see that security is a top concern for you. I totally agree that it's important. Let's figure out a way to address both security and the design elements. This way we can meet our deadline. Now, when you kind of reframe the conversation this way, or if it's the first time you're having it and you frame the conversation in this way, you're acknowledging the other person's concerns while keeping the focus on solving the problem. And in a workplace environment, especially in tech, where collaboration is going to be critical, maintaining this level of professionalism and respect, it's going to be essential for long-term success, not to mention personal well-being. Now, the third technique, it's all about finding common ground and being willing to compromise. Conflict doesn't have to be a zero-sum game where one person wins and the other loses. In most cases, both parties have valid concerns, and the best solution that's going to lie somewhere in the middle. So it's important to approach conflict with the mindset of collaboration, not competition. When both parties are focused on finding common ground, it opens the door to creative solutions that benefit everyone. Think about the nature of your work as a software developer. In any project, you're going to have competing priorities. Balancing user experience with security, meeting deadlines while ensuring quality. I could go on and on and on. Now, when conflicts arise over these priorities, because they're all a priority in one way or the other, the goal shouldn't be for one person to impose their will on the rest of the team. Instead, the goal should be to find a solution that takes everyone's concerns into account and moves the project forward on a plan that everyone can work alongside each other with. Now, one way to do this is to explicitly state the common goal that you're both working towards. For example, we might say we both want to deliver a high quality product that meets the user's needs and it's also secure. How do you think we can combine our ideas to achieve that? Now, by framing the conversation this way, you're reminding both parties that they're on the same team and they're working toward the same objective. The shift in mindset, it can help break the deadlock and it can actually lead to more productive discussions. Now, when I say compromise, that doesn't mean giving up what's important to you. It means having the skill and the talent to be flexible and open to alternative solutions. It's about finding that middle ground that addresses both parties' concerns without sacrificing the overall goal or the well-being of the project. And when you're able to do that, you not only resolve the conflict, but also strengthen the relationship and build trust with the other person. Now, as we wrap up, I want to emphasize that conflict resolution, it's not just about managing disagreements. It's about building stronger relationships and fostering a positive and collaborative work environment. As I said earlier, at Resolution2, we believe that healthy conflict resolution is a critical skill for personal and professional success. Through that partnership that we have with Persevere, we're going to be here and we're committed to helping you develop not only your technical skills, but also the interpersonal tools that will empower you to thrive in the workforce. Now, remember the 3 techniques we discussed today. Active listening, keeping the focus on the issue and not the person, and very importantly, finding that common ground. These aren't just strategies for resolving conflict. They're strategies for building trust, for strengthening teamwork, and driving success in everything you do. Conflict is going to happen, but how you handle it is going to define you as a leader or a teammate, and even as a professional. Now, by approaching conflict with empathy, with respect, and a solutions-oriented mindset, you're not only resolving the issue at hand, you're creating opportunities for growth, and my favorite word, connection. And as you move forward in your career, these skills will serve you well, both in the workplace and in life. Now, I know stepping back into the workforce after a period of incarceration, that can be a pretty daunting task. But I want you to remember that you've already overcome incredible challenges to get to where you are today. You are not defined by your past. You're defined by the choices you make today and the effort you put into building a better future. You've had the opportunity to acquire invaluable technical skills through Persevere. And now you have the tools to navigate the interpersonal challenges that come with any career. You have the power to shape your own story. Conflict resolution is just one tool in your toolbox, but it's a powerful one. By mastering these skills, you're not only setting yourself up for success in your career, but you're also becoming a leader, someone who others will look to in times of, say, challenge and uncertainty. You have that ability to create positive change in every environment you step into. And that's a skill that's going to carry you far beyond the workplace. So keep pushing forward, keep growing, and keep believing in yourself. You have everything it takes to succeed. And we at Resolution2, along with Persevere, we're here to support you every step of the way. The future's yours. Go out there and claim it. thank you so much for being here with us tonight. I can't wait to hear your success stories moving forward, and we'll talk to you soon. Have a great day.
Good morning.
Watch me.
Just watch me now.